everybody, it's Kayla. So I'm coming to you today because I thought I would do that 20 questions tag that's going around. I wasn't tagged personally, but I know a lot of people were just saying if you haven't been tagged, do it. So I figured everyone else is, so why not? So I'm just going to try and do this quickly because I think my camera's going to die soon. And I'm not sitting in my craft room because I just got home from work, so I'm just sitting in my little crochet chair in my living room. So yeah, we'll just get to it. So question 1, what does your name mean? So I looked it up, and the only thing I saw was it's means laurel crown or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. The way I got my name, my dad picked my name, and he saw it in the newspaper. I guess there was someone in the newspaper whose name was Kayla. So he named me Kayla. My mom picked my brother's name and my dad got to pick my name. So where are you from? I'm from Ontario, Canada. A small town north of Toronto. I'm not going to give my specific town, but yeah, I'm from Ontario, Canada. Where were you born? Ontario, Canada. I was born about an hour away from where I live now because I had to be delivered in a hospital out of our town, just for reasons, for health reasons with my mom, I guess. But so yeah, I've been in the same town for all my life. I actually own the house that I grew up in. If you hear that, my dog's kicking his food bowl because he thinks it's supper time, but it's not yet. Soon, Rocky. But yeah, my husband and I own the house that I grew up in. So I moved out for a little while, but. What would your parents have named you if you had been a boy? My mom told me that I would have been named Nicholas. She always liked the name Nicholas, so she said that's what my name would have been. Cool. Number 5, what is your biggest accomplishment? So buying the house is one of my biggest accomplishments, but I'd have to say my number 1, and it's not something I really talk about. I'm just starting to get comfortable talking about it. I have dealt with mental health issues my whole life, as far as I can remember at least. A lot of anxiety, and when I got to high school it turned into more of a depression when I was diagnosed with diabetes, which apparently is pretty common. So I've been on medication for quite a few years, but one of my proudest accomplishments is that I have been off my medications for almost a whole year. Sorry, my dogs are barking. So it's something that I wanted to do because antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications always made me really sick. So one of my goals was to seek help and hopefully do it without medications, and I have been doing that for almost a year. And I know it's not something that everyone can do. I have nothing against medications. I may need to go on them again someday. You just never know. But for now, I'm doing it. I've been doing cognitive behavior therapy, and it's really amazing. And it's really fascinating how it works to me. So it's something that I enjoy doing too. So, yeah. What is your eye color? I think they're like hazel brown kind of thing. It depends on the light you look in. I think on my birth certificate or whatever it is, my driver's license, I don't know. I think they just say brown. Rocky just curled up beside me. Yeah, I think they're just brown. Doesn't really help because there's a big glare right now. What is your favorite candle scent? My go-tos are like vanilla. And I also like, at Christmas time, I like apple cinnamon. That's what we have in our wax warmer right now. Can you cook? According to my husband, yes. Actually, according to everyone I've cooked for, I can. I honestly haven't been cooking for very long. I've really, of course, started cooking since my husband and I bought the house, because my mom used to cook all the time when they lived here. So I've been cooking pretty much every night, and I enjoy it most of the time. I love baking. Baking I love to do, but cooking I was never really comfortable with, but now I am getting better, so. Number 9. What is good about your life right now? I don't really have anything to complain about, so I guess that means everything's good for now. Yeah. Great husband, great family, good friends. So that's what's good about my life, is the people I'm close with. What is your sign? I am a Gemini. Born in June. Beginning of June. What scares you about aging? I don't really think about that. I'm 25. I try not to think about it yet. I used to work with the elderly, so I kind of know what to expect. So I guess maybe not being able to take care of myself. That's probably my biggest worry. What is your favorite holiday? I really enjoy Christmas, just because that's when a lot of my family tends to get together. And especially now that I have my nephews, I love Christmas. It was always like, yeah, Christmas, whatever, but now that as soon as my oldest nephew was born, it was always so much more fun. And they get spoiled by me and my husband, so. What is your guilty pleasure? Apart from yarn, I love taking naps. I force myself not to on my days off, but I could nap every day. And I'm not talking about little 20-minute power naps. I'm talking about full-blown 2-hour naps. And I don't know, I've always been that way, but worse since I got older. 14. What is your favorite show to binge watch? That would be Friends. I actually just finished it like 2 months ago, and I already want to start it again. I've watched through that series a lot of times, and it's been my favorite since I was younger, like since I was like 10. I've always loved it, so yeah, I can watch that one a lot. So, I have the whole series on DVD. I bought it years ago, so I'm gonna end up wearing those things out. What is one thing you can't leave your house without? Well, apart from regular things like my phone and my keys, I absolutely cannot leave without my glucometer or my emergency kit for my diabetes. So my glucometer is what I test my blood sugar with. And my emergency kit has another reader which measures if my blood sugar is too high or too low. I have to check it with this meter to make sure there's no ketones in my blood. And it also has another type of medication where if my blood sugar drops and I pass out, it's like an EpiPen kind of thing. I keep an extra pump site in there. I keep sweets like Skittles or glucose tabs. Yeah, so basically, I can't leave the house without my purse. That's where everything is. I keep everything in my purse, so. Number 16. Are you a morning person or a night owl? Definitely a night owl. It is a struggle for me to get out of bed, mostly because I'm so comfortable. It's very rare that I'm up before 9 o'clock in the morning, which I really want to break out of that habit, but I don't usually work till the afternoon, so. Definitely a night owl. What is your favorite genre of movie? I really enjoy like fantasy, so things like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Those are me and my husband's favorites. I'm actually watching the Harry Potter series now, and horror movies. Those are probably my two favorites. 18. What is the last thing you bought? My husband and I bought groceries last night. And that's as exciting as it gets. I did buy 2 little blow up Christmas things for my yard, so that's pretty cool. But are you an introvert or an extrovert? I am definitely an introvert. The thought of going to large gatherings tends to give me anxiety. I know how to cope with it if I have to go. But I much rather be with small groups of people, and even then it's like, depending on the mood. But yeah, I won't just go up and talk to someone in public. It's funny though, because when I'm at work, I have to be the complete opposite. So it's almost like once I put the uniform on, I have to not be so introverted, which is I struggle with, but I'm getting better. And number 20, what is your favorite book? My absolute favorite book, and has been since I was 12, is called Go Ask Alice. And it's technically by Anonymous, because it's actually like a girl's journal. And it's, yeah, and she's a teenager, and I haven't read it in a while, but I don't read a lot, but that's my go-to because it's not a huge book, and it was interesting to me, especially when I was younger. It kind of opened your eyes to like growing up, and just she struggled with addiction and stuff, so it was very interesting, and yeah, I still like it. And then I really also like The Outsiders. We read that one in grade 11. Oh no, I'm sorry. Grade 9 English. And that was one of the only times that my whole class really enjoyed a book we were reading. So yeah, Go Ask Alice and The Outsiders, they're probably pretty close to tied. So yeah. And that's all the questions. I hope I didn't miss any. But I'm not going to tag anyone because pretty much everyone that I would have tagged has either done it or has been tagged already. So if you haven't done it, I invite you to do it. But yeah, that's it today. Talk to you guys later. Bye.